They say every family keeps skeletons in closets. Ours, I discovered, was framed in oil and hidden in the attic. It was a late afternoon when I climbed up there, chasing nothing more than curiosity. The air was thick with dust and the faint perfume of moth-eaten fabric. Shafts of sunlight slipped through cracked boards, catching on trunks, yellowed books, and boxes sealed with brittle tape. And then, propped against the farthest wall, beneath a tattered sheet, I found it. A painting. The canvas was cracked with age, but the image still pulsed with life. At first glance, it was a portrait of my great-grandfather, his stern jaw, his formal suit, the unmistakable eyes that every man in our family seemed to inherit. But there was something wrong. Because beside him, resting her hand gently on his shoulder, was a woman I had never seen before. Not my great-grandmother. Not anyone whose face had ever hung in our halls or been passed around in our family albums. Her gaze was tender, almost defiant. And my great-grandfather, he was smiling. Not the stiff smile he wore in every official photograph. No, this was softer. Dangerous, even. The kind of smile a man wears only in the presence of forbidden love. I couldn't look away. Who was she? Why had this painting been hidden away, forgotten in the attic while other portraits hung proudly downstairs? I pulled the sheet fully off, coughing as dust swirled around me. My hands trembled as I traced the outlines of her face. Her beauty was undeniable, but it wasn't just beauty, it was intimacy. The artist hadn't painted strangers. These were two souls bound together, even if the world refused to acknowledge it. And then, in the corner of the canvas, almost invisible under the layers of grime, I saw it, a signature. Not of the painter, but of her. Her name. Caroline. The attic seemed to grow colder. The name echoed in my head, like a secret my family had worked generations to bury. I rushed downstairs, clutching the painting like contraband, and confronted my mother. "Who is she?" I demanded, pointing to Caroline's face. Her eyes widened, the blood draining from her cheeks. For a moment, she was silent. And then she whispered, just one sentence that made my knees buckle. "She was never supposed to exist." My breath caught. "What do you mean?" But my mother only shook her head, her voice trembling. Some stories were painted out of history for a reason. And with that, she turned away. That night, I couldn't sleep. I sat awake, staring at Caroline's face in the dim light, wondering what love story had been erased, what betrayal had been hidden in brushstrokes and dust. Because the truth was clear now, our family's history wasn't written only in letters or names on a tree. It was painted. It was hidden. And I had just uncovered a romance so forbidden, so dangerous, that they tried to bury it in the attic. But love, real love, never stays buried.